Just a bit truculent and a bit sort of not happy in here, which is pretty much how it always is on a Saturday, but especially it seems to me when we wander into the Richard Marsland studios, Duck. This is that's something you don't always do with us, but it seems when we get in this room here, things don't go as well.
It fires right up.
Well, it does, and Spuds, Bristle, and of course Damo, and so we're all here.
Full compliment today.
Brian's not far away from having a bugger off.
No, I've got to go shortly. But just before I go, I just want to ask, there's been full-page ads in the paper, Jonathan Brown and Dermot Brereton about finals and Fox footy and all that sort of. Fair enough, they're great finals players. But the photos they've used of them actually on the grand final day, I'm told, have been selected by not the management, but the people themselves.
What do you mean?
So Jonathan Brown has got out of his own photo file.
And the chief.
Yes, and the chief.
Chief.
And Dermy have gone to their own photo, their scrapbook, and said, "I'll have that one in the ad." That's what I'm told. I don't know whether it's true or not.
JB, the head wobbler of the year, as we know, announced grand final day. This finals series, I thought it was about the players and the coaches.
Well, we're going to get to that, Duck. When Spud is this wound up, you've actually got to get it out of him early in the show, because otherwise he's not worth a pinch of you know what.
Otherwise he dribbles bits of it all over
That's exactly right. So we may as well let him go. So, Spud, you've got, this is head wobble.
Yeah, Wobble Watch. There's been a lot of nominations throughout the year. Luke Darcy's leading the pack at the moment.
By a mile.
Incredibly. But there's a few just piling in leading up to the grand final. And page 13 today in the Herald Sun, article from Alice Costa. Now, I think she's the girl that does all the sort of what's going on in the world.
She talks shit.
The world of the world of media. Can we edit that a little bit? But anyway, there's a photo of Craig Hutchison there. Oh, no. Now, I'm not going to talk about what it is, but the facts are they've put his loaf. Only his loaf. And I want you to get that on the Wolfpack. Have a look at it.
The V8 supercar driver.
He sat on a gas pipe, surely. Or he's been stung by 1,000 bees. You can't have a loaf or sucking 1,000 all-day suckers in his cheeks. His head's going to explode. So that's all I want to touch on.
What's it about?
It's about he's had a great week in the croc media world. They're just going to read there. But anyway, we'll move on. Now, I just want to touch on...
Don't listen to Snorkel, by the way. If you want to say anything, say whatever you like and tell him to bugger off.
Just want to focus on footy.
Yes.
They're just Brendan Gale and Peggy, they were looking for something to hang their hat on, and I thought, gee, we're in a lot of trouble here. The only trouble is when Martin Hillgrove, is that his name?
Hiscock.
Whatever his name is.
Hillgrove.
When everyone thought this is going to happen, Richmond have had a bad year, but you know when it went... when he opened his gob.
Oh, no.
Oh, seriously.
Well, I know Brian's wanting a piece of...
I won't touch on your parade, but I'm
leading
leading into this emoji, which Paddy Dangerfield was talking about now. I'm led to believe you've got to actually get a tick off. So if you get your emoji like Danger and
what is an emoji, by the way?
For the people that don't know, Spud, what are you talking about?
What are they?
I don't know what it is. It's just a thing you put on your phone, I think, an emoji, isn't it?
What it is. Well, it's a cartoon character.
It's a cartoon character yourself, and you're paying that for $2, which is a really good value. You get all of the 40 best players in the AFL.
And it goes on the app.
Yeah, it goes on the app, but then... there's obviously Gerard Whateley, and the one that I couldn't believe Warriors on it. So it's like that show on 11:30 after hours, the steak knives. I think they sort of just thought...
so if you get Paddy Dangerfield, you get Damo free.
That's right, but you have to get ticked off on it. So you've actually been called by the management of this company to say, can they use your...
they've used my IP without my permission.
Warrior, we know you have to have said yes.
I did not say yes. I did not know about it.
And I've blown this up for an A3, JB, and I'm sending this down to Arden Street for Brad Scott. And I'm also sending this A3 down to Luke Beveridge from last year.
Yes.
They're going to use your scone as a dartboard, Warrior. And have a look at it. You've got pig ears, you've got a pig nose, the purple suit I like. What about that? You've got bigger chompers than TJ. But look, the hair, you've lost more hair on the top knot than that, mate. You're just about gone, mate. You're just about gone. Let it go. Cut it off. Juddy, it took Juddy 4 or 5 years to work out he's losing his feathers.
He got him
Have a look at it now. It's just sitting up there. Have a look at it. You are an absolute wanker, Warrior. Now, I've got some audio because I can't believe it. Our producer's apparently got something to do with this.
He's got sidetracked, that producer.
On the Dead Set Legends, have a listen to our producer this morning talking about Warnie.
You've gone into business with Shane Keith Warne to do these? How did that come apart? And what's it like sitting with Warney in a business meeting?
He's a very, very classy businessman.
He's very switched on.
That he is. People don't realise how good a businessman he actually is.
Is that our producer talking?
Talking. That's why I'm bringing it on, JB.
Who would ever give him access to a microphone so he can speak? And who would ever care about anything he says?
And why can't he talk that fluently to us?
They must have been struggling for content to put a skinny bag of pus with a big nose on.
You gotta be joking.
But then, listen, there's more audio.
It's massive overseas. Hasn't been done here in Australia, and that's why we're here. It's safe to say my phone's blown up since this was launched yesterday.
I'm not going to swear. You are a flog, Luke. Absolute flog fest.
What's our producer doing talking on other shows anyway?
Mate, we're the #1 rating thing on the Saturday Rub. All I hear is recruit this, recruit that. Now it's this emoji app with Warrior on it. You've lost the plot, Luke, and you've said Warney's a good businessman. Well, I can tell you what, he's good at something else as well, the old Warnster. Now, this is the one now.
That's fallen down a long hole, that one.
But anyway.
Where are you going
He's
with
a
that?
superstar is what he is.
Yeah, he's...
We're not sure what he's doing.
Warney's fantastic.
Yeah, I know Warney really well. But anyway... And look, that's it, the week of the bye, and there's been a late nomination for a bit of wobble from head office, apparently. The week of the bye... they're very happy with it, AFL land. The way that the ratings were last night, Luke Beveridge, and rightly so. They've copped a lot of criticism. The jury's still out, but after 2 games, the first week of the finals,
I reckon it's been a resounding success.
I think Gill's got a bit of
happiness,
pep in his step.
Has he?
No,
yeah,
I
he's
think
very
he
happy.
Yeah,
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. Big tick.
He thinks he slapped
very
purple
happy,
around.
Jim.
That's what I know. He's pretty confident he's got purple slapped into a corner.
He's very happy with himself, Jim. He isn't the best at times, but he's particularly happy the last
Purple
48
gave
hours.
him 8 of his best weeks, saying it's a disaster all in the lead up, and then suddenly the Witten game was huge ratings, and the Chicks game was unbelievable.
Which it always is.
Thursday night was big, and Friday night's big, and I think the
fair
old
bit of
CEO has slapped purple right up
I've
and
been
down.
told, Jim, he's actually trying to lay claim for the great game of last night, because we haven't had a good Hawthorn-Geelong game before, have we, in recent times?
Trying to claim some ground back, purple.
Be careful, Warrior. There's an article in the Herald Sun, Brian. What page is it, Brian?
On the big man?
Yeah.
36. Centerfold.
Now, there's an article here in the Herald Sun. It's a double page, and John Anderson did the article, so I'm just going to sort of reenact how this article come about. You there, Jared?
Yeah, who is it?
It's John Anderson.
Oh, Ando, how you going? What do you want?
I want to do an article on the finals.
Oh, that'd be great. Who?
I'm sure I'm not interesting.
Who? Danger? Franklin? Menzel? Who would you want?
Black caviar?
Yeah.
Black caviar. I love that. Let's do another article on that.
Ando. No, I want to do an article on you.
Who, me? Why not? Stuff the players, coaches, administrators. It is all about me. And as long as it's a double-page spread and get the look at me with all my family there and me doing this shot and the Herald Sun and I was a cadet here and a cadet there.
In fact, I demand a double-page spread. And in fact, it's any less than a double and I won't do it, John.
So I've read a couple of articles, Brian. I just want you to read one paragraph, please.
Yes, this is Drew Morphy. You want?
Yeah, Drew.
Well, first of all, he talks about the absolute best thing I've ever done is interviewing Steven Spielberg. He goes on to say, I include in that Jack Nicholson, Morgan Freeman, Cindy Crawford, Kevin Spacey, Gwyneth Paltrow. What is he on about? And then Drew Morfitt says of Gerard Whateley, as a caller, I personally don't think he's the greatest of all time. His style of calling a close game of football or a horse race is to scream as loudly as he can. Gee, I thought I'd do that. He loses clarity. You have to broadcast in gears, says Drew, and he's not good at that.
Well, Jared, you've actually beaten Dermot, mate. The amount of eyes in that article, it's Dermot had 68 eyes, and me. You've now got 70, mate. You have lost the plot,
What
Jared.
about this? They ask him about working for Channel 7, and Gerard says, they haven't asked me yet, but I would like to do it if the opportunity came about.
Now, look,
How do Fox feel about that?
Now, I know how they feel about it. We all get asked to do double spread but that was when you're a player or a coach. Now that we're in the media now, you say, look,
you jump at it, Spuddy. Someone asked you.
Spud.
In fact, you would
just recently.
would turn up on his scooter.
You did it just recently about
Moorabbin last week.
And
that was Moorabbin.
Last week you did the same thing.
The reason I'm saying
Is it true that you've
because-
been told to get out of the background of all press conferences at St Kilda now because you're
I
so
haven't,
desperate to get on?
You're just jealous of Jared having a double page
The reason I
spread.
don't do things like that, because that is all,
no one
all
wants to.
about...
Me, it's Blake coming out. Here it comes down the house. One by a half head. It's all about me. Buckley Hammerhead won 25 races.
Spud.
I'm doing a book on Blake coming out.
So the reason why, because when I would do it, or you would cop a lot of crap from your mates. The reason why these guys do it, they've got no mates.
Spud.
No one's going to have a go at them. They'll say,
Great
article, Jerb.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Spud.
To see me look now with the Herald Sun when I was a cadet in 1983,
Spud.
that was one of my great shots. On my left side's the best.
This is one of the great acts of hypocrisy from you.
No, it's
because
not.
a week ago you
No,
did the same
forget
thing,
that.
and
Mate.
you were spewing that it wasn't a double page. You only got a little sort of.
Mate, I forget what I said 3 seconds ago, let alone last week.
You were talking about the mud at Moorabbin and boring the crap out of us.
Spud got a long column.
All it is at the moment, grand final day, 12:30 p.m. before the
Spud.
big game of the grand final. Neck and neck, we got Darcy, we got Jared Wheatley,
I'm
we
with
got
Damo.
Harsey.
I don't know
I'm
who's going to
with
win it, but
Damo.
that's right up there at the moment.
I'm with Damo. You, if the opportunity came for you to do that, you would jump at that quickly. It wouldn't matter.
Just
top
that
three-
no one would care.
No, exactly right. No one cares about your emoji, old snake knives. It's Warrior for the head wobble, Luke Darcy or Jared Waitley now. It is a bob of the head.
Really?
Bob of the head at the moment.
All right.
I'm out.
We
No,
need
you're
to-
not out, mate. You're not out.
We need to get to
Darcy's
a break.
got me covered.
We've got the Chronicles of
It's
Cool
all about
Breeze.
me.
Not
Yeah,
far
feed me. My kids was a cadet there.
Listen
And
to
I've got a photo here. And, I'm getting more
Can
bloods in
you
my hair.
believe-
Oh, yeah, I'm getting my hair touched up. Bold.
A week after his own article, he's now potting someone else for doing the exact same thing. Stewie Jew, the quiz, Lenny Hayes. You're a fraud, Spud. Get out of here.